Donkey of the Day for Monday, April 15th. Tax Day goes to Fox News host Laura Ingraham, and we got to tax that ass this morning, Laura. Now, on Friday's episode of The Ingraham Angle, Laura decided to report on the funeral services of the late, great Nipsey Hussle. Dropping a clues bomb for Nipsey Hussle, damn it. Okay. Laura decided to report on the funeral services, and we wish she didn't. All right. Now, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. And a lot of these news anchors on Fox News have showed us who they are a long time ago. They don't value hip-hop. They don't value black culture. So they would never handle reporting a story about a black rapper being killed the way they would a white politician being killed. But even though I don't expect anything from Fox News, every now and then they stoop so low that I have to say, wow. Let's listen to how Laura Ingraham handled reporting on Nipsey's funeral service.
Thousands lined the streets to say goodbye to rapper Nipsey Hussle. Now, this dear artist recently released a song called FDT, F Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, yeah, Donald Trump.
Okay, now that's a very creative refrain.
Very catchy.
Very catchy.
Irving Berlin, look out.
Is it? It all began and ended with Irving Berlin for you, didn't it?
Yeah.
So the refrain, the chorus, it goes on and on. Is that related to the lowest unemployment ever, basically,
Okay,
for African Americans?
But now, for those who might not remember, this is 70s.
What the hell's so funny?
I don't know.
Never waste your feelings on people who don't value you, but none of what I have to say has to do with feelings. Politics aside, forget the fact that you don't like the FDT song, Laura, and you're highly upset that Nipsey and YG disrespected your president as a human being. As a person with a soul, you should understand that a father, a son, a brother, a spiritual husband lost his life tragically to gun violence. Would you crack any jokes or laugh if you were reporting on the 17 kids who died in the Parkland shooting? What about if you were reporting on the 49 people who were shot and killed inside Post nightclub in Orlando? Would you crack any jokes or laugh if you were reporting on the 58 people who were shot and killed in Vegas when the guy started shooting from the window of the Mandalay Bay and Resort? Would you crack jokes and laugh if, God forbid, the 45th president of the United States of America was shot and killed? Would there be any jokes to be made in that scenario? Would that be a time for giggles? Of course it wouldn't be, Laura Ingraham. You've been on TV a long time. You know how to handle these kinds of situations, but you chose to handle this Nipsey situation the way you did because you don't value men like Nipsey Hussle. To you, he's just the black gangbanger of African descent. So in your mind, you're thinking, good riddance. To quote your president, he's from, one of those S-hole countries. And he's a Crip. So you're probably thinking, that's what happens to black men in gangs. Right? Black on black crime. They kill each other. Why should we care? Ha 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 ha. The reason you should care is because of this thing called empathy. But you don't have that for Nipsey Hussle because you could only have that with a brother like Nipsey if you felt Nipsey in yourself. See, you can only understand people if you feel them in yourself. And it's impossible for you to ever feel an East African brother from South Central. And that is the problem with America in a nutshell. We have no love for people who are different from us. If we all treated people the way we wanted to be treated, the world would be a greater place. Laura Ingraham, simple question. Simple. What if that was your son? What if that was your brother? What if that was your father? What if that was the father of your children? Would you be okay with someone laughing at his untimely demise in any way, shape, or form? Of course you wouldn't. Actually, we all have to get to a point in America where the golden rule isn't even enough anymore. Meaning, don't treat people how you want to be treated. Treat people how they want to be treated. All I want is for you to have some respect for me and mine. I just want you to have some empathy for me and mine. Have some empathy for other human life, period. There is something about valuing people, not because they value you, but because you can see God in them. I repeat, there is something about valuing people, not because they value you, but because you can see God in them. But it takes a God to recognize a God, and I would never expect a mayonnaise-flavored devil to recognize a black God when they see one.
Too much goddamn mayonnaise.
You're goddamn right. Please let Kathy Griffin handle my light work.
Please give this giant jar of mayo the biggest hee-haw.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing funny with that.
No. Laura Ingraham, the word of the day is empathy.
Cracker ass cracker.
Okay.
Jeez. All right. All right, we'll take you for that donkey of the day.